please sit very comfortably. That's very important. There should be no strain on a particular part of the body. For example, when you are sitting, sometimes your feet might feel a little bit numb down. You can change the posture. You need not carry on with any extreme effort or any discomfort to yourself. That's the first thing you must remember. Moreover, some of the people go into tense postures also by stretching their hands too straight, or sometimes going very straight or pushing their head behind. Sometimes they bend their heads also a bit too much. Sit very comfortably with both the hands on your lap in a very comfortable way. There should be nothing extreme to be done from outside. We have to understand the principle of this living process. Then you will know that why I say no use doing any such extreme thing to achieve your goal. The principle is like this, that this room is all dirty, supposing, or it's in a chaos, or maybe it's in darkness completely. You can't see anything. So you enter inside the room. Your goal is to achieve the enlightenment. Some people will say that let us clean the room in darkness, with blindness. You start cleaning your body. You don't know what you're cleaning. So there is no need to bother about cleaning when you are blind. Some people think if you clear your mind before realization, you'll be better off. You have tried all those things, but in doing so, you have gone to extremes. It's all blindness. All your work is done in darkness. There is no enlightenment. You have to get your enlightenment first. This is what I have realized, that unless and until human beings are enlightened, they cannot cleanse themselves properly. They cannot understand Sahaja Yoga. They cannot understand God. They cannot feel their spirit. Nothing is possible unless and until they are enlightened. It is possible, then when you get the enlightenment, you might find that the light is not coming through properly. There's some shaking in the bulb, or maybe there's some shaking in the shade, or maybe that the room is dirty, that you cannot see things clearly, that you cannot see your image in the mirror, your eyes are weak. For all this, you need a bright light. But without getting the light itself, without knowing something about what you have got within yourselves, how are you going to cleanse yourself? Of course, the light may be dim, but still you can see what is the problem, what is to be done, what is to be cleared up. That's why enlightenment is the first thing. Now for this, even if you clean the whole room, even if you do all that, you have not done the perfect job. On the contrary, you might break some things, you might spoil some things, you may slip down. Anything can happen in darkness. That's what happens to people when they do any sadhana blindly. After enlightenment, you know your way through, you know how to go about it, and you understand everything. The another myth we have, that if we cleanse our mind, we can achieve our spirituality. You cannot. Even if this room may be clean, unless and until there is light, there cannot be enlightenment. So the main thing is you have to have an enlightenment. I have known people who lead a very clean and a good life. When they get enlightenment, they get it very fast and have it nicely established very easily, and it is there. But some of the people who lead a very clean and a good life have overdone it to such an extent that they have an ego about it. They think, I don't want anything, I'm perfect, I do no wrong, I'm committing no problem, I'm a very happy person. Such people also get stuck because they do not want the higher things of life. They do not want their spirit to be enlightened. So that also sometimes becomes a very sticky point. Now in Sahaja Yoga, you have to know that you have the power within yourself. It is there. It exists there. And it is to be just awakened. In some people, it takes time to be awakened. In thousands I have seen it takes no time. The only thing that I would suggest is to keep your mind open, not to become obstinate about things. If you are an obstinate person, the Kundalini is even a greater obstinate thing. Do not be obstinate. Just keep yourself open. Do not argue it out. By argument or by thinking about it, the Kundalini is not going to be awakened. On the contrary, when the Kundalini is awakened, your thoughts settle down to such an extent that you feel there is no thought coming to you from your subconscious or from your supraconscious. So, try to keep yourself absolutely open and don't worry even if your vibrations are not felt. The principle is that light is light and the room is room. The light has nothing to do with the room. Only thing, when the light is enlightened, it enlightens the room. The room has something to do with the light, but the light has nothing to do. Whether the room is there or not, light exists. In the same way, we must understand the relationship of Atma and our body, of spirit and our this body, mind and our ego, superego. So many of you must have done a lot of tapasyas, a lot of things which were not really wanted. Thinking that you have done such a lot, you have been to so many places, you have done so much Tirath Yatra, you have been to so many pilgrimages. And those pilgrimages and all these places, you think according to you, should be blissful to you. But actually, while going there, you did not know how to get the bliss from those temples and those places which are holy actually in nature, but are surrounded by people who are extremely negative. Because of that, that mixture was there, and sometimes instead of getting the bliss, you get all the headaches. Today we are going to discuss the void. What we call void in Sahaja Yoga is different from the way people talk of void. Void is the complete visceral cavity, which is called in Sahaja Yoga language as Bhavasagara. Many times you must have heard people singing songs, poets singing songs saying, Bhavasagara se para utaro. What is this Bhavasagara? This is the symbol, or this is the reflection of the whole entire universe that is created. This whole universe is created by Brahmadeva. He is the one who is the creator, who is the Rachayita of this world, who created this beautiful universe. In that, specially, he created the Mother Earth. He has placed the moon and the sun on both the sides of this Mother Earth, and the representative of the Mother Earth within us is the Kundalini, the Muladhara. Now this universe exists within us. That is the Bhavasagara. This Bhavasagara exists in many stages in its evolutionary form, and today it is Kali Yuga in this Bhavasagara. I would say it is the dawn of Satya Yuga at the end of Kali Yuga. In this Bhavasagara is placed in the center is the center of Nabhi chakra, and around it moves the center of Swadhisthana. Nabhi chakra, as you know, is governed by Sri Lakshmi as the power of Sri Vishnu, and the Swadhisthana moves around it, which delimits our own personality and which creates all these different stars within us or the planets within us. In these spaces, void, are born the incarnations of the primordial master, who is called as Dattatreya. Dattatreya is the innocence of Shiva, of vibrations of Brahmadeva and of Sri Vishnu. Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. The essence of these, the innocence of these is embodied in the form of Dattatreya, who is the primordial master. So these masters who are born on this earth are innocence at its best, all integrated together. These masters have incarnated on this earth mainly 10 times, but there have been many other incarnations also. There have been repetitions just to correct themselves. As I told you yesterday, that Muhammad Sahib and Nanaka are both the same personalities of Dattatreya. The instance is given in the life of Guru Nanaka. When he was sleeping, people told him that your feet are towards Makkah, Kaaba, towards Kaaba. He said, all right, I'll remove my feet and put wherever you say. Then they put his feet on the other side, and again they found that his feet were facing toward Kaaba. Then he said, now tell me the place where there is no Kaaba, I'll put my feet. But they could not arrange it at all, because wherever he placed his feet, it was such a maya that always they found that the feet were towards Kaaba. Now Kaaba is a place where you have a beautiful Shivalinga, which is called as Makkeshwar Shiva in our Puranas. From ancient times, it is mentioned that there is a Pinda which is absolutely vibrating and which is there. Now Muhammad Sahib religiously avoided talking about that. He only said, if this stone can be so godly, why not human beings be? But he did not explain much. As it is, whatever he tried to explain, the people were so insensitive and so cruel that they tried to kill him many a times. They gave him poison. Ultimately he died in a very, very bad state. They tortured his life. They were nomadic people. They used to live in tribes, very tribal by nature, and he tried his level best to propagate that there is God and God is above all and I am the messenger of God, but they would not listen to him. Then came, Nanaka, who preached that there should be no enmity between Hindus and Muslims. He preached that because he saw the Muslims behaving in such a manner, they were such fanatics, and they had become so funny that he could not understand how is it, these are the people whom I have made Muslims and what are they doing here? Actually, Musalman means the person who is realized, and Pir means a person whose realization is established. So much so that he said those who have become Musalman should be buried and not be burnt, because he thought they are all realized souls. But realization finished off with his son-in-law and his daughter. After that he had two sons who were great souls, who are really the reincarnation of Lava and Kush. Now perhaps we do not know what happened to Lava and Kush when they were born. Lava and Kush, when their mother disappeared in the Mother Earth, and the father, they were little annoyed with them, went in the north. One went to Caucasus, another went to China. Love went to Caucasus, and from there he became a very powerful king in Russia. Russians always use Sanskrit language. We do not know that how much Sanskrit they use. For example, they will say Kharosho means Haroshivai. The pravada itself, the word pravada. Vada is to say. Pra means enlighten. You see their language is full of Sanskrit words. Practically it is absolutely based on Sanskrit. And you say Slav people, Slav, so love, Slav. Love ruled there for years together, and about 400 years back, his very distant descendants flew away from there, went to Iran, where there's a goddess Hindolika's temple is there, which is all described in the Puranas, where they used to worship goddess Hindolika. From there they came down and spread all over. It's a big story. Then Kush went to China. That's how you have Kushan in China. And Chinese language is very much near Sanskrit and quite close to Marathi language. It's most surprising. If you hear them talking, for example, they say Ma tse tung. Tse is only in Marathi language they use this word tse. We never say in Hindi tse, or in any other language you won't find it. But only in Chinese and in Marathi language they have this word tse. It's very interesting to see how the spirituality spread into these countries and then how it died out. All these things happened, but then they were born again and again. They were born as Mahavira and Buddha. They are the same. They were born as Markandeya. They were born as Kabira, as Adi Shankaracharya. It was Buddha who was born as Adi Shankaracharya, just to correct himself. Buddha was shocked the way people were going towards Nirakara, that he had to be born as Shankaracharya to tell people, oh God, what are you doing? It was only Buddha who came to correct himself as Shankaracharya. It is so surprising that people are fighting. Buddhists and Hindus are great enemies of each other. But they do not know that the person who really re-established Hinduism was the same who established Buddhism. So imagine the same personality coming again and again on this earth, tries to correct his disciples, again finds that there are two groups he has created. It's a big problem. Now, Mahavira also was one of them who was born again and again, and he was Markandeya and he was Kabira. The way Kabira lashes people, you can see that he's tremendous. He's like Bhairava. And the power of Bhairava, Kabira has used in his language. But for Hindi poets, it is Sadukkadi, and they have made fun of it. The best thing of a person who doesn't want to face reality is to make fun of everyone. That is the best way. They said, what does he talk? Ida, Pingla, Sushumna, who is he? What does he think of himself? But he was appreciated very much by the saints, and especially by Guru Nanaka, who included all his poetry in his Granth Sahib. He's included so many of these poetry from all the realized souls from Maharashtra also. But I wonder how many Sikhs know that this was for getting realization. He thought that if you write any book, you see, they tried to correct everything just to make people understand that you have to get to it. First, they thought that if you write Gita, they go on remembering Gita by heart. Then they thought it is better that you write something from the realized souls only together, so that it's a powerful grantha by which people, when they read it, they get vibrations and they'll stick to it. But it is not so. Even there, people are just reading it. I don't know how, gradually, as we were evolving, we were losing our sensitivity. At least at the time of Rama, people knew he was an incarnation. At the time of Krishna, they knew he was an incarnation. Many people knew. Of course, Rakshasa knew also that they were incarnations. Rakshasas even today know who is the incarnation. They are very sure of it, and they are just frightened of it. But in those days, even common people knew who is an incarnation. Now the sensitivity among human beings started getting reduced and reduced as they got involved into fanaticism. All kinds of tantrism that developed in this country of ours. In other countries also, tremendous movement was there to create fanatics. And these fanatics are diseased people. They are diseased. They are actually the people who are possessed, absolutely possessed. They are not normal people. When they talk, you are surprised. How can they talk like that when they do not know anything about it? But thank God, today, fanaticism has reached such a stage that the younger people are understanding the nonsense of it. It's a very good chance for Sahaja Yoga to come up. In Sahaja Yoga, the beauty is this, that you cannot now form a cult. As soon as try to do such a thing, you lose your vibrations. You try any such tricks, you try to be fanatic, you will be losing all your vibrations. Any tricks you try with Sahaja Yoga, first thing you will lose your vibrations. You won't like it. You won't be happy with it. You would like to keep your vibrations going smoothly and nicely so that you feel absolutely happy about it and joyous. But anybody who tries any tricks with Sahaja Yoga, you get into problems. Now these gurus came on this earth to remove fanaticism. The last of them came as Shirdi Sainath. He was the one who has said very clearly, in Marathi he has said it, that to speak ill of any other religion is sin. Nothing can be more powerful than that. There are many people who worship Sainath, many people, but they drink. He was against drinking. All of them were against drinking. Why they were against drinking? Because the awareness is spread in your void. The awareness, the chitta, the attention is in your void and is nourished by your liver. The liver takes out all the poison from your awareness due to bad health, due to bad mind, due to anything from bad effects or negativity, and then it clears out, as I told you yesterday. So this awareness within us gets, you know that our awareness, human awareness, goes down through drinking. These people preach that you should not drink. I mean, the one thing they all preach together, that you should not drink. At the time of Muhammad Sahib, there was no smoking. So Guru Nanak also, at this time he found people smoking with big hookahs. He said, now for heaven's sake, do not smoke. Because they said, you just said that don't drink, so we will smoke now. Like in England, people say, what's wrong in drugs? So drugs were not opposed by any saints. So we can take drugs. So it is in my lot to tell them now drugs are the same. Anything that goes against awareness is not good. I mean, it is not something that they have said no because they were mad people. Whatever they said because it was the truth. If you take drinks of any kind, alcoholics or any this kind, anything that takes you away from your awareness is wrong, because your awareness is to be enlightened. As it is, your awareness is like that. And on top of that, if this awareness is to be enlightened and is full of alcoholism, how to raise it? How to do it? But these days, to talk against alcoholism, one person asked me, Mother, are you going to be the minister of prohibition? I mean, it is impossible to talk to people about anything sensible. Even in a party you go, they'll say, why don't you drink? You should drink. It's such a great thing. You have missed such a lot in your life. I said, Baba, I'm drunk from my childhood. Don't give me anything. I don't need it. No, they'll go on forcing you. You must drink. You should see this is a special thing, that is thing and all that. They have no shame about it. No shame. They think they're trying to be nice. And you tell them, even once if you say, why do you drink? Gone. You are the gone case. You have no manners. You are most unmannerly person. How dare you say such a thing to anyone? Look at these human beings. Such madcaps, I don't know how to deal with them. They think that they should be told, all right, go ahead, drink, kill yourself. How can any saint allow you to drink? Tell me when they know that it goes against your awareness. Of course, these thugs will say, all right, drink as much as you like. Do what you please. You have 10 wives or you do what you please. Only give me your purse to me. Because that is their interest in you. They are only interested in your purse, how much money you have got in your purse, what job you are doing. Or at the most, they can be liaison officers saying that already give job to my son or give job to someone. One has to understand that saint is not afraid of anyone. He cannot be. It's a fearless entity, absolutely fearless. It's not afraid of anyone because it is standing on truth. Truth itself gives you that strength to say the truth. But I've learned certain lessons in my past lives that human beings don't like truth. Don't tell them. If you tell them, they'll crucify you immediately. You have to go round and round and put them into problems so that they come round. If you tell them straightforward, don't do something, they will put you, people may crucify me after some time if I tell them don't drink. It is that bad these days. The drinking in England is so bad now that Englishman who used to drink so little is now nothing but a bottle. Since morning he starts it. In third generation you go down. What about our Indians who have gone there? Even the Sikhs who are told not to drink more than Scotch people can drink. It's a shameful thing, and they'll fight that we'll not put a helmet on our head to save our heads from going on a motorbike. Is it written in any Grantha Sahib like this to be so foolish and stupid? But they'll fight for that, but not fight for this, that no Sikh should drink. If you are wearing that pagdi, you have no business to drink. They don't think that the essence of religion is more important than all these nonsensical things that you think you are doing. Such a great religion, Islam, such a great religion is Sikhism, such a great religion is Hinduism, such a great religion is Christianity. Everything gone to dogs because the dogs have come into it. They have no sense of proportion. They do not know how to respect their gurus in the right way, putting the gurus in their heart and in their behavior. That's all they should have done. They should have just obeyed their gurus. There was no need to stand on your heads and take mantras from these thugs paying them money. There was no need at all to do all these things. But no, they thought, here we are doing black market money, let us build some big temples. So they are great Hindus, big temples are built here, black market money going on. Here they are killing so many people, the Muslims, so they must say that we are doing it in the name of God. Very nice. Well, Muhammad Sahib has talked of nothing but Rahmat and Rahim. All the time Rahmat and Rahim he has talked of. See, they were about to kill him every moment wherever he went. It was such a dangerous situation, so precariously he was living, and he had to defend himself. So now, we have to defend ourselves from these people instead of these people defending themselves. It's not in defense. It is in aggression. These people are killing others and they think they are doing a great, very great service to the people. Then the Christians, they are one of the worst fanatics. Worst fanatics are the Christians. There cannot be worse fanatic than Christianity. Christianity is one religion which is very clever and cunning. Nobody can beat them hollow. For example, they will do all missionary work. You'll say, what nice people. Doing missionary work. They are looking after our poor people here. Very nice people, very great, generous people. And they'll be converting people. What are you converting them for? Have you got power of realization? Have you got power to call yourself Christians? Are you baptized in the real sense? That is how the Christians have been behaving throughout. They have put up such a big show. This is not God's work, to get some people from the street who are dying, put them in the room and look after them. Is this the work of God? This is the work of human beings. Work of God is just to raise the Buddha. That is the work of God. Not the work of God is to have hospitals and schools and things. This is not the work of God. This is your job. This is your doing it. But they are taking the name of God to earn money. In the name of God, give me money. Such beggars, I tell you, of the first waters. Begging a man who believes in God will never do. Why to beg? Why to ask for money? On the street they will stand. Nowadays our Hare Rama Hare Krishna is in Oxford Street and beg money in the name of God. Can there be greater sinners than these who beg in the name of God and get money from others and live on other people's money all the time like parasites? This is they have done out of religion or ritualism. Go to the temple. There's a priest standing there. He gives you ghanta. He makes something, puts something on your head. God knows he spoils your laga chakra, what he does. And you think, oh, I've been to this temple, I've been to that temple, I've been to this tirath and that tirath and that tirath. And I've been a very religious man. I tell you, these extreme ideas about God has really blinded us completely from reality. If you want the reality, you must know that God is to be found within your heart and not in those places. Once you have found it in your heart, then you will know where is the real God, in which temple, and how to approach. Now, if I ask you, in Delhi, how many temples are really Jagrut, except for Sahaja Nobody can say. You see a stone? Namaste. Another stone might have been brought from some bathroom. Namaste. Is that a real Jagrut one? It is said in the Bible that whatever is produced, created by Mother Earth and by the sky, should not be reproduced. Now what is that created? What is that created by Mother Earth? We Indians know. These are the Jagrut deities, which are created by Mother Earth. These are the Jagrut deities. And that is to be worshipped. And not to get a Ganapati somewhere for 2 rupees. My forefathers have given me, so I am carrying on. I must do their puja. Maybe the forefathers are sitting on that. You won't believe there's a gentleman in Bombay who came to meet me. His name is Mr. Shah. He said, Mother, lots of things are happening. I don't know how. I said, what happened? In my house, I'm getting some old deities from somewhere just coming into my house from somewhere. I don't know from where it comes. Sometimes I keep my windows open in the night and I find in the morning there's a deity of silver. Sometimes diamonds are there in the nose of the Lakshmi. And I'm surprised how am I getting it. And the man is not so rich to have all these things. He showed me, he said, now what to do? I told him, throw them, all of them in the sea. That's what they deserve. He said, from where have they come? These are the people who are very seriously worshipping those deities without understanding that these deities have got vibrations or not, whether they are Jagrut or not, they are all right or not. Even of plastic they'll make. They'll make of aluminium. I don't know now what they are going to use next to make a deity. And they'll be carrying it on, have no value, have no understanding, have no respect. So the people who own those, they must be bringing it, the old people, and putting in your house. So you better put them in the sea. Otherwise they will not have their mukti. And this fellow is having a giddiness. He is always having a chakkar with these things. He said, what is happening to me? His child is getting into problem. His wife has run away from the house. All kinds of problems coming up. He lost all his money. Every sort of problem coming up, and this date is coming in. He said, should I sell them and get some money out of it? I said, please do not do it. To whomsoever you will sell, you will sell all Ashubha. These are coming by some dead person using this Bhanamati, they are bringing this down here. But there where he told me, thousands of people wanting just to touch the feet of these bhutas. They thought such a bhoot cannot bring these deities. And that must be God who is coming in the form. It's in the thing was written also, made in near Mumba Devi and this and that. You mean God is sitting there and making those statues? We don't use our brains also when it comes to God. I mean, faith is necessary, no doubt, but this is after realization. Before realization, it's a blind faith, which can be any nonsense. I've seen such mad people that they just go on pulling out their hair and they say we are doing it in the name of God. Really? Why did God give you this hair? If he wanted you to pull it out like that all the time, morning till evening, sitting and pulling it out, and they develop such nervousness that if they are not properly aware, they will start pulling out from your hair also. It is such a dangerous situation in this blind faith that you form some habits. You know, people have an idea of using the mala. That's why Kabira has Kar kamanaka chhadi de manaka manaka pher. So they will also say, they'll have it in that. Kar kamanaka chhadi de manaka manaka pher. Finished. Even the children have understood the joke. This is what we are doing. That when it is told that you have to have God in your heart and don't do these rituals, you will find these people using that rosary to such an extent that if they are talking, if they don't have that, they cannot sit tight. It's like a nervousness in them. It's a nervousness by which they must go on, or मैं तो हमेशा माला जपती हूँ 108 and फलाना. And you feel that the person is about to land up in some lunatic asylum with the number 108. The way people are mad in religion makes people really atheist. They see these mad people, what are they doing as the religion? Is this the religion where people sell it? You go to any temple. Once we had bought some amrut, guavas, and we went to a temple. We were thinking that we'll get out of, when we were very young, Doctor, and we were lots of brothers and sisters, and we went down to a temple. And we thought that after seeing the temple, we'll go outside behind the temple and we'll eat the thing. As soon as we reached there, the pujari took out the packets from our hands, All the children, poor things, were carrying 3-4 packets. They took out everything from our hands. We were looking at them, why did they take out? They took out everything and gave us one each, you see. Wow. And we were about to cry. But my youngest sister couldn't bear it. She said, why did you take away all my guavas? Please return it to me. But this is sort of a right they have got to live on your money. These parasites. In the name of God, these parasites, you are the people who are nurturing them. You just give up giving them money. It is better to give to a beggar than to give these horrible, sophisticated beggars sitting on the temples and churches. You are the people who are responsible for creating such a mess. Because half of the people are indifferent, and those who are not indifferent, Bhagwan ke naam pe. Half of them are like that. We have people who go to one Siddhi Vinayak Mandir. And Mangalwar day, you will find a queue of sometimes 2 miles in that Bombay where people have no time for anything. People are moving with the pace of an ant. 1 inch in 1 hour. There are some people who start in the night and they move on. They go there, give the nariyal, and the nariyals come from the other side and sold again next month. They know this. Still they say we have done it with bhakti and Ganesha will give us what we like. Ganesha will only give you wisdom. I wish he could. I wish he could give you wisdom and understanding about religion. This is the mess we have done out of our religion. Every religion, it's not only Hinduism, Islam or Christianity or Sikhism. We have really killed the religion by our indifference or by too much of indulgence, blindfold faith in all these horrible people who claim that they are religious people. By what means are they? Go and see their lifestyle. Go and see what sort of people they are. They are Rakshasas, some of them. I can tell you, when I went to Vrindavan, I felt all the Anucharas of Kansa are their pandas. All of them. Not one I found as a human being. They are such horrible people, and the way they torture you, still you go about with it. One has to understand that God stands in His purity. He is a pure being. And He likes our wisdom. He doesn't like people who are stupid and foolish. He likes wise people. Wise people like Prahlad. Prahlad was an 8-year-old boy. When his father Hiranyakashipu challenged him, Sri Vishnu appeared in a pillar. In a Narsimha Avatara. And he killed his father. And then he asked this little boy of 8 years, Prahlada, he said, my child, my devotee, what do you want? He could have asked for anything. Sakshat Vishnu was there. But what does he say? Tava charana ravinde priti. Give me love at your lotus feet. Oh my Lord, that's all I want, to love you at your lotus feet. If you have your pure love for God, He'll give you wisdom. If you do not have your purity, you go there to ask for this thing and that thing. Give me a transfer, especially government servants. They are never satisfied. They want to have transfers all the time. Give me a promotion. Give me a son. When you get a son, give me a job for my son. When he gets a job, get him a wife. Poor Ganesha must be tired. This is what it is. This is not religion. This is not God. This has nothing to do with spirituality. You have to ask for one thing. Tava charanaravinde priti. Oh Lord, let me be at your lotus feet so that one day my kundalini would be awakened and that my Atma would be enlightened within my awareness. Let me keep my life so beautiful. ये चादर ऋषि मुनि जन ओढ़ी, ओढ़ी के मैली कीनी चदरिया, दास कबीर जतन से ओढ़ी, जैसी की तैसी रख दीनी चदरिया. This what we should have done. Instead of that, we go to this tantric, that bhatji, that panditji, that pandeji, or some other padriji, or what you call them, other sorts of people, those mullajis and all sorts of maulanajis and peers and all sorts of things. And what do you get? A bad agya. They have no right to be there. They are there because they want to make a business out of God. Today I spoke about it because it is important to understand what is religion. In India especially I have seen people go out of the way to do penances in the name of God, which is a great thing. But why do you do penance? What is there to suffer? Why do you make your body suffer so much? Keep your body all right. Don't overdo things. Keep a moderate life. Lead a normal life. That's what Buddha has told you. There is no need to go to extremes for anything. But even Buddhists, they have gone to another extreme. So he had to come on this earth as Shankaracharya to tell people, what are you doing? When did I say this? Then they were born as the sons of Fatima B, who was herself nothing else but Janaki, and they were her sons, Hassan and Hussein, who had preached non-violence, and they saw that people were trying to save bugs and mosquitoes. You know, there are some funny cults where we are so particular of bugs, mosquitoes and all the worms. We are not at all particular about human beings. I don't know, what am I going to do with bugs? Am I going to give them realization? Even chickens, am I going to give them realization? I have to give realization to human beings. What is the need to pay so much attention to these nonsensical things? To save the bugs and save the mosquitoes and make them bite a Brahmin, pay him money because they think they have done a great kalyana of the bugs. Perhaps they might have been bugs in last lives, the way they are interested in all these mosquitoes. Now, these two were born as Hassan and Hussein. And to get rid of these ideas of non-violence, they had this Karbala in which they fought and died like great Shuras. This is the story of great incarnations on this earth. There are so many of them who were born. I have no time to tell you, but Socrates was the same. His disciple was one of these two. Abraham, Moses, who are propagating Jews, their religion, Zionic people, they are another mad people, I can tell you, these Jews. God saved them from their madness. They will make a sum that their books are, say, called as Torah. They make it microscopic. The more microscopic it is, the more spiritual you are. And they tie it up here, you see. You can't even read it. You have to use a nice magnifying glass to read that. They never read. It's tied up here. According to them, if it is studied with diamonds, then you are a greater spiritual person. They are very rich people, you see, so they tie it up there. And before a wailing wall, they go and like mad, they are beating their heads there and weeping for what they have done. I mean, there's no end to the madness of people. You can understand that this is not religion. Now the other day, there was one Arya Samaji fellow who came to me. He could not get his realization. I must tell you, these are another fanatic types we have, Arya Samajis. Have they been able to get to their spirit? They are only bothered about reconverting the people, marrying the people, or building some buildings and saying that, no, we don't believe in God, we don't believe in this kind of a God, we don't believe in... Well, who cares whether you believe or not? Who are you? What right have you got to say anything? It's like any monkey standing up and saying, I don't believe in this government, I don't believe in that government. Who is bothered about these people who talk like this? Who are they? What authority have they got to say what is good and what is bad? Do they know what is good and what is bad? To say like these things about we don't believe in this, we don't believe in that. For us, it is essential to know that first let us know ourselves. Let us get our light enlightened. And in that light, let us see the truth as it is. You cannot ask the truth to be like this. You cannot organize God. He is what He is. He'll remain as He is. You cannot transform Him. Only thing you can do is to become one with Him. What you can do is to perceive Him, to feel Him, to be. That is the thing you can be. But you cannot make God as you like. He is what He is, as I have told you. And the best thing would be to be humble, like Prahlada, to say, Tava Charanar Vinde Priti. Who are we to criticize these incarnations of primordial master? What have we done? Like once somebody started criticizing me. So one of my disciples called him, come here. How many people have you given realization to? He said, none. He said, how many people have you cured? What good have you done to people? He said, none. What do you do? He said, I am a barber. He said, you better become a barber. What are you talking here? What right have you got? What is your position to talk? But in this Kali Yuga, even a person who does not know a word about religion, about God, who is not awakened, who is not realized, can talk about God. This is Ghor Kali Yuga. They are not afraid. They are not afraid to make money in the name of God. It's the greatest sin. It's the greatest sin, I tell you, to make money like that in the name of God. And to spoil somebody's Kundalini as all these fake gurus are doing, using their Bhuta Vidya. They do not know they will go to hell permanently. Absolutely, permanently they will be there. And there will be no return from there. They have been given many chances before, but no more chances for them. We are the people who have to correct them. We have to stand together and tell them nothing doing. We had some people in Bombay who are Brahmins, who are Brahmins of the high order, as we can call, coconut stars, they are called as. And they got their realization. Now they had to take up upon yourself to put down all these horrible fake people who are making money out of the public. So one of them is a teacher, and he told a Brahmin in his family, because he was permanently stuck. You see, we have Brahmins stuck to the family. He said that I have to do the Shraddha of my father. When can you come? Within the Pitru Paksh. He said, I can only come on Wednesday or something like that. He said, are you sure there's a Murta for that? Yes, he said, there is. I'm sure of it. So he went to another fellow, got the Panchanga. Maharashtrians that way know a lot about these things like Panchanga and all that. And he opened it, Panchang, he studied that, and he found out there was no Murta in any Panchang whatsoever. There are 3 Panchangas which we use. I don't know if we know here about it. He saw all of them. Then accordingly, the Murta was on Tuesday, he celebrated it. Then the fellow came, रहने दीजिए बाद में ले लेंगे, रहने. Then the fellow came and he said that I have come now, come along, let us have the Shraddha. He said, I will not even give you a cup of tea today. He said, how? You called me for the Shraddha, I am supposed to eat at your place. He says, no, we have not cooked anything and I am not going to give you a cup of tea. There is no Murta today. He said, no, according to Tilak Panchang it is. He said, I have studied also Tilak Panchang. I have studied all. You get out of him. The mother was poor thing. She said, how can you do? He's our old thing. He said, this is the only chance I have to get rid of this old fool. And he just told him, get out, you will not stay in this house and I'm not going to give you a cup of tea. Then in Panduranga's temple, in Panduranga's temple is there. You know about Vittala's in Pandharpur. We have people going down there. And when I saw these people, I was surprised. They were all crazy people. For a month, poor things are singing songs, eat little, take that nasha of tambaku and go singing song for months together. They walk all the way to go to see Panduranga there. And these people who live there are called as Badave. Their names are absolutely suited, you see. Like in Kolhapur they are called as Bhutes. Can you imagine? The Brahmins are called as Bhutes and these are called as Badavis. And these people, I asked them, how is it you have got cracks in your heads? He said that this naral, this nariyal, or you can call the coconut, was broken at the lotus feet of Panduranga. I said, how? I couldn't understand. These Badavis were doing this job. And when I said that these Badavis should know if they don't behave, they are going to have a very bad time. You see, everybody was shocked. But you'll be amazed, within 8 days the government took over that place. And it's working out better. Now their language is changed. But this is how these people have been troubling us. But now we have got four Brahmins living in Pandharpur, who are after their throat. And they go to the temple and tell people that don't listen to these. And they are propagating. And they said that if you want anything, you ask us. But don't give a single pie to these Badavas. And they are good for nothing, useless. Whatever you want to do, you do it to the deity and don't touch these people. Treat them as untouchables. And these are the people who have started. It is we who can change the people. Once you get realization, the transformation starts taking place within us. When the transformation takes place, a person becomes fearless. He is not tempted easily by things. For example, I have known people who used to take a lot of bribes have given up taking a bribe. Because their financial condition also improves, their Lakshmi Tattva is awakened, and they do not take any bribes. Their dharma is jagrut, they do not drink. Many people who were drunkards have given up drinking because the dharma is awakened within us. You just can't bear it. Just like a human being cannot bear dirt, but an animal can. In the same way it happens to you, you just don't bear it. You just don't want to have it anymore. In the same way, your political situation will improve. Because what is the problem today? What is the problem? You see, I went down to Maharashtra. And there the people said that we have a problem of sugar. I said, why? You produce such a lot of sugar. He said, there's one fellow known as Sugar King. He has hoarded all the sugar. I said, really? Then why don't you inform the police about it? They said, when Janta government was here, he gave them money. Now this government gave them money. He gives money to all police officers. He's bribing all of them. And he also bribed us and made us vote for certain people who are under his control. I said, then you are responsible for this. You get your realization. And next time, only vote for an honest man who is a realized soul. Do not vote for anyone who is not a realized soul. And you will see, this country will change just like this. The whole situation will change. It is you who are misusing your votes. In the villages, even for one time meal, they give votes. How are you going to improve your people? How this deterioration is going to stop? Only by your parivartan, by your transformation. That's only possible through Kundalini awakening. When the Kundalini awakening takes place, the man knows his esteem. He stands up like a human being and he doesn't behave like a dog who runs after every position you get, every money you get, they give me. It's not like that. He stands in his dignity and in his grandeur. And nobody can put him down. This is what it is. The Sahaja Yoga is such a blessing for all of us. In all the world, wherever there is a chaos, it is everywhere now. And so many angles it is going to it. For Samaj Karyas. Now in Samaj, especially in the north, you see the condition of women is very bad. The women are treated very shabbily. They say it's the influence of the Muslim religion and whatever it is. But if you go to Turkey, you will be surprised that the people treat women with such respect and such understanding. In our own scriptures it is written that yatra narya pujyante tatra ramante devata. Means where the woman is respected, there resides the gods. But the woman has to be respectable also. If she is not a respectable, no use respecting her. It is both ways. But the way we treat our women in the villages, especially in the north, like Bihar, UP, Punjab. Punjab is now better. Women have taken over quite a lot. But that should not be the case. Women should remain women. But men must respect them. What I mean, that women must be respected as they are and men must be respected as they are. They don't have to change their places. But in these places, all Bengal, all of them, you know how many women commit suicide in that country because they cannot get married. and they are put down. If you cannot get married, what does it matter? You have to give dowry. If you don't give dowry, you cannot get married. All kinds of problems. A husband will come drunkard, he'll beat his wife because he's fallen in love with another woman. He is going to some other person. The wife has to come out and she becomes a woman who has no husband. Everybody ill-treats the woman. All sorts of things are here. Why? Because we do not understand that woman is the Shakti. In her lies the Shakti. We have to respect the women. When the women are not respected, that country goes to dogs. And the women must know that they are Shakti and they have to be respectable and not to be frivolous and cheap. The way Indian women are now taking to Western life, I'm really shocked. That means our tradition has no depth in it, that the way we have accepted all these nonsensical values of the West, where the West has gone to dogs and we are going to go to dogs, and for this I will hold the women responsible who behave so cheaply on the streets and in the offices and in the houses. It is the women who have to keep the dharma going. Now with this, it is very remarkable what is happening. If the mother of the house is not respected, is treated like a servant, she has no place in the family, husband comes from the office and shouts at her, children cannot respect her. They cannot be disciplined if the mother is not respected. Your children can never be disciplined. You see now, you talk of indiscipline everywhere. But I remember when I was young, we could not do a thing without asking our mother. If we had asked our father, we wanted to, he'll say, did you ask your mother? Go and ask your mother. In the family, in the house, she was the Graha Lakshmi. She was given all the keys, all the money. Not a single pi was spent without asking her. But these days the women have become so either very miserly or so extravagant that men do not know what to do with them. It goes both ways. Women have to be wise. They are the axis, the dhuri of the society. That's only possible when they are realized. Suddenly I find very rebellious women become so beautiful, and so women-like, so sweet. Their tongue, their whole behavior, everything changes, so beautiful. It's surprising. Even Western women I've seen who walk like horses normally. If you see them, they really walk like horses. But they change their dresses and their whole thing. They become so feminine, so sweet in their talks and everything. Then what will happen to Indian women? But men must know. They have to respect women. If they try to dominate their women, they will become the same as the Western women, and you will not know what to do with yourself. If the woman decides to be bad, there's no end to miseries. That should not be done. So please make it a short circuit. And let us understand that for Sahaja Yogi it is important to respect the wife. So that there is discipline. Still, I must give all my respect to the Indian women, despite all these things. Despite all the men have changed their dresses. All the men have become English. Indian women have still kept their dresses and their discipline. Our men still think they are great English people, but our Indian women are not willing to accept that situation. I'm not saying there's something wrong with English, but if you are Indians, we should be Indians. If they are English, they should be English. And in the same way, in our life, when there is realization, a woman becomes a complete woman, a man becomes a complete man. And a complete man we have got before us is Sri Rama, how he loved his wife in separation and in meetings, how he loved and how they, despite all their love, how they suffered. We have before us Sri Ram, where he respected his wife. It is essential for men to understand that you are Indians and you have to behave like that. You do not know the greatness of our Indian women. If you do not treat them well, I can assure you a day will come, only very cheap and nasty and what you call demonic women will be born here, and you will not be able to enter even your homes. You will be standing outside on the streets. So be careful about it. And also think you have daughters before. The way you treat your wife, the same way your daughters will be treated, maybe even worse. Then you will know what it is. So be kind to her. Because she's married to you, she's not your slave. It is very important in northern India more, because they think that southern India or Maharashtra and southern India, men are henpecked. Unless and until men can beat their wives, they become henpecked according to them. These ideas must be given up. But that is only possible when you get your realization that the real joy of leading a very happy married life, extremely beautiful married life, of mutual love and mutual understanding develops. I have seen this happening to so many people. The relationship improving, the relationship between parents and children improving, the whole thing becoming so joyous and so beautiful, and the children becoming so obedient and so sweet. It's a beautiful thing. So when the atmosphere is fragrant with your spirituality, the whole aroma, the whole atmosphere, we can say, is completely charmed, absolutely charmed by your blissful life. This is the bliss we have to seek. Today I talked about these things because void is a very important thing for us, where all our social, samajik, political, rajkiya, and also our spiritual problems can be solved. Apart from that, I have told you yesterday about our physical problems. Tomorrow I'll talk about other chakras to you. I hope you have understood today's lecture, though I spoke in a very entertaining manner. But you have to know that all this entertainment has to go within yourself. You have to take within yourself. It's not meant for others. As soon as I say this to others, the woman will look at the husband and the husband will look at the wife. They do not know it is meant for you and not for others. All of you should take it up that, am I doing this? Am I doing this? Try to correct yourself. You have to be decent husband and decent wives. And I would like to see very happy married couples among Sahaja Yogis. When this will happen, then the great souls will take birth on this earth. You will see great people will be born. Already, so many Sahaja Yogis have given birth to very, very great souls. You'll be amazed. They know Kundalini from their very childhood. This will happen, I'm sure. One day it will come, and that all these souls who want to take birth will be born on this earth, especially in India. Already lots of great souls I have seen also in England. Let me go and see in Australia. I'm sure it's happening everywhere. But if you are a realized soul, you really become perfect parents, and you really invite the great souls to come on this earth to work it out. May God bless.